to the President, KSCAA, to the Secretary, KSCAA, all the officials seated on the dais, and all the delegates, past presidents, various guests who have come from outside, good morning to all of you. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here today and to be welcomed like this in the traditional Karnataka tradition. It is an honor for me. Thank you so much for doing that. Today I extend my warmest greetings to the Karnataka State Chartered Accountant Association on this 35th annual conference which has been organized with such fanfare and pomp. I can see that numerous professionals from the field of finance, law, management, business and academics from across the country are participating in this mega event to deliberate on various topics on business strategy, legal aspects, taxation, etc., which are of significance and of national interest. I believe that the vision of this organization is to be trusted and a value-based knowledge organization, and to be proactive catalyst offering a reliable and respected source of public statement, and also to be a source of empowerment by disseminating knowledge to the members and to build a framework of new opportunities to engage ethical standards and professional integrity. KSCAA has made rapid growth and progress in providing the new generation the skill sets and the leadership which they require to strengthen their professional capabilities, and also becoming a gateway of knowledge for chartered accountants, students, and the public at large. I want to wish them all the success in their endeavor in spreading this knowledge in the art and science of accountancy, and also to work for the betterment of their members and society at large. At this point in time, I recollect the saying of our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji, when he says that when we are in doubt while taking any decision, the Mahatma advise us to recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man or woman you have seen, and ask yourself whether the step which you are taking, which you are contemplating to take, is going to be of any use to him or not. So let us be guided by this principle. This goes not only for KSCAA members, but for us, my income tax department also, and for all of us in general. We have hardly recovered from the pandemic, and now we can see all over the world there is turmoil, there is war going on, proxy war going on, spreading suffering all over, and also natural disasters are happening due to climate change. And also we have witnessed one very powerful earthquake in Turkey which has wiped out thousands of people on the surface of this earth. There is stunted economies in the Western world, and also looming recession, battering the supply chain, and spiraling inflation in many parts of the world, which has added to the woes of the common people. But we in India are fortunate to see our economy growing, and India has emerged as the shining star in the world today, with a rapid GDP growth projected to be around 6% in this coming fiscal. Also, we have seen the rise in number of assessees, though we would like it to be at a much higher level, and of course, deepening of the tax base is also another concern for us. But we have seen a rapid growth in the direct tax collection, and the gross tax revenue has grown more than threefolds from the year 13-14 to the projected for 23-24. Government has taken various initiatives at the macro level. This Jan Dhan bank accounts, Mudra loan, low-cost housing, construction of toilets, in order that the revenue which we are collecting is passed down to the common people and the standard of living of the poorest of the poor increases in this country. Now I would like to speak a little bit about the income tax department in Karnataka and Goa. This region, as we know, is looking after 31 districts of Karnataka and 2 districts of Goa. Karnataka, as we all know, has evolved as the manufacturing hub for some very big industries, and also we have a lot of large public sector undertakings, for example, HAL, which is in the news also these days, and it is showing very good prospect. Apart from that, Bengaluru is a hub of IT industries and is a very conducive place for startups. And we have amazing startups like Swiggy, Zeroda, Rapido, just to name a few. And it has a great environment for incubating startups. So I can say that Bengaluru is the ideal place, and though we face some problems of traffic, etc., in the days to come, Karnataka will be contributing a huge amount to the tax revenue also. Now I want to touch upon a little bit about the tax collection which Karnataka and Goa region is making. Overall tax collection, Mumbai is of course the highest, and we are trying to compete with Delhi for our revenue collection. As on today, I'm proud to say and happy to say that we have already achieved the target which the Central Board of Direct Taxes has given to Karnataka and Goa region. This can happen only because of the progress of the industries and also because of the compliance that we are seeing all over. And for this, we need your support and help too. And I can add one more, that Delhi and Karnataka Goa region are fighting for the second place. As of now, I can say that we are a little behind Delhi, but maybe in the next few days, if our taxpayers, they don't resort to self-assessment tax and they end up paying a little bit more advance tax, and they do pay their area demand and current demand, we may cross Delhi also. So this is an appeal to all the professional bodies also to give us a helping hand in doing this. And I'm sure all of you will cooperate. Over the years, the direct taxes in India have undergone significant changes and have evolved to meet the challenging needs of the economy. The department has always been very active in taxpayer outreach services and also communicating good financial habits and importance of tax compliance to a large and diverse base of taxpayers and prospective taxpayers have always been our constant endeavor. We are also making a lot of effort to solve grievances very proactively, and you all are aware that portals like CP-Grams and e-Nivarans have been actively been used by the taxpayers, and we are also trying our best to resolve the grievances which could not have been resolved in the normal circumstances by our AOs meaning our assessing officers, and we are using all sorts of different tools to assist in solving the grievances. I would just like to touch upon some noteworthy developments which has been happening at the operational level of the department, and several path-breaking schemes which have been brought in for the benefit of taxpayers. and also promoting digital transactions which go on to reduce tax evasion also. The department has been active in providing software for guided filing of returns with an aim to help the small taxpayers file their returns. Based on the frequently asked queries from the taxpayers, insightful help videos have been prepared and updated in the e-filing website for easy reference. All our friends who are coming from the smaller part of Karnataka and Goa region, you can go back and disseminate this information to our smaller taxpayers, which will be of help to them. Also, there are taxpayers' assistance through co-browsing, also known as collaborative browsing, which allows the help desk agents to collaborate with the taxpayer's browser in real time, just at the click of a button. They can view and securely co-navigate the taxpayer's browser screen and guide them interactively to deliver real-time and personalized support. A dedicated outbound team is also put in place to reach out to the taxpayers wherever taxpayers has requested for callback via IVRS and chat board. Also, at the macro level also, the government has introduced several recent amendments to the direct tax system, which is aimed at improving compliance and promoting transparency. Some of the recent amendments in direct taxes for taxpayer awareness, which I would just like to spell it out, though many of us may be knowing. The changes in tax rates. The government has announced a new tax regime with lower tax rates for taxpayers who forego exemptions and deductions. This change was meant to simplify the tax system and also reduce compliance burden. Faceless assessment. The government launched this scheme for tax assessment. Under this scheme, income tax assessments are conducted in a faceless manner where the identity of the assessing officer is not disclosed to the taxpayer. We understand that there are some teething problems which are being resolved on a very proactive basis by the CBDT and by the respective directorates. But we are also aware that many of the small taxpayers have benefited immensely from this. They don't have to visit the income tax department anymore, and by just sitting at home, working from home, they can get their assessment passed too. Of course, the grievances which come out of the faceless assessments are also being dealt actively by the department, and there are various forums in which you can get your redressal from the department. One such initiative which the CBDT has created is the Committee for the High Pitch Assessments. So any issues which the taxpayers feel have been made without listening to them or without the natural justice, this is one forum which the taxpayers can approach, and we are dealing with it in a very transparent and also a very proactive manner. Another very important initiative which has been taken by the government is the announcement of the pre-filled income tax returns with details such as salary income, interest income, capital gains, etc., aiming to reduce the compliance burden on the taxpayers and also ensuring accuracy in tax filings. For promoting voluntary compliance and reducing litigation, the government has also introduced a section called 139(8)(a), allowing the taxpayers to file updated returns anytime within 2 years from the end of the relevant assessment year on payment of additional tax. For assessment year 2021, updated returns can be filed till 31st of March 2023 by paying 50% of the aggregate tax as well as the interest payable. So on this, I want to encourage all our tax professionals to guide and educate the smaller taxpayers that if they have missed out filing anything, they can still do it. And with this active involvement, we do hope that we will be getting some tax in the month of March, which will help us, as I said earlier, maybe to reach Delhi, to reach the level of Delhi. So this is one help which your community can give us, and we will be grateful to all of you for the help which you will be providing to us. Also the other, we have taken a lot of other initiatives also to reduce litigation. VSV was one scheme which was brought in by the CBDT to reduce litigation. And also, over the past few years, we have reduced the tax, we have reduced the litigation by filing very less appeals to the tribunal and also to High Court and Supreme Court by raising the tax limits. So in this manner, many of the small taxpayers, everything stops at the point when the Commissioner Appeals decides and gives the appeal order. After that, we are not moving forward. The threshold on which to file the appeal has been reduced substantially. So in this way, we have managed to reduce a lot of litigation, though there is still a long way to go, and we are working on it constantly, even in this aspect. I know I have taken a little more time, but then as the organizers told me, I can still have a little more time, as though I had to go for another meeting at 11 o'clock and I am short of time, but now that I have come, and this is a forum in which I hardly get to meet so many of the CAs and tax professionals who are, if department is, say, on one hand trying to increase tax compliance, collect taxes, you are the other side who has to help us in reaching this message to the larger audience and to the larger prospective taxpayers. So all the tax professionals who are coming from the smaller regions also, I want to appeal to all of you so that we can collaborate, and also you can actively involve with our officers posted in the Mufassal charges by actively engaging with them so that we can have more awareness campaigns for getting more returns, and not only that, also to resolve issues and problems that our taxpayers in the Mufassal charges may be facing. So taxpayers awareness services and grievance redressal services are two top priorities so that we can widen our tax base also and deepen the tax base too. So I would request all the professionals who are coming from the Mufassal charges also to actively engage with the department to reach our object and our target for which we all are working so hard. Now, at this point in time, I have already sort of what I wanted to communicate as a department person, I have already communicated. But as an aside, as a lady officer, I am very glad to see that Sujata is here, and I want to wish her the best so that she is going to break the glass ceiling here and become the next president of this KSCAA, and I want to wish her the best. And also, when I was being honored, and before me another lady CA got honored, so I was feeling very proud that I think this is the decade, and the decade after this coming is for us. But But we cannot do this on our own. We need the support of the male population. We are not here to bring down each other, but we are here to collaborate, to lift each other up. And in the past decades, women were not given that equal opportunity. So many women lagged behind. But now that we see equal opportunity being given, we women also, we should not think that we are women so we can work less or we can get away without working hard. But if we work hard consistently and we are able to show our ability, I'm sure everybody will support us and we will move forward. And there is no great sense in leaving behind 50% of the population and moving forward. Unless we involve the woman in our state, in our home, in our society, we are not going to see the change that we are hoping to see. And only if we engage with the women and give them the opportunity that they deserve, we will see our country moving forward much faster than we are seeing now. Already, as I said earlier, India is seen as a shining star, and we can even make it more shining by giving women this opportunity. And as I'm talking about this, I also want to talk a little bit about the place that I come from. I'm from Manipur, and not many people know where Manipur is. In fact, now maybe people are aware, but when I went to a boarding school in Rajasthan almost 35 years back, people were not knowing and they were asking me, are you from Malaysia? Are you from Thailand? Are you from wherever, Philippines? So this was the questions which I used to face regularly. But thankfully now when I say I am from Manipur, people do know that Manipur is in India, though it is very close to Burma, I must add. But anyway, as the world shrinks and we become closer to each other, we get to know the beautiful diversity of our country. We have different cultures, different looks, different way of eating, different languages, but our richness in culture, our diversity is to be valued, and we should respect each other's culture, each other's language, each other's diversity, and in this way, our country can really become the superpower in the coming century. With these few words, I want to once again congratulate and also encourage all the members of this August KSCAA to join hands with the department, collaborate, get more new taxpayers, deepen our tax base, support, help each other in solving issues of the taxpayers. And to this end, I am sure the cooperation which we expect we will be getting from all of you. With this, once again, congratulations, and thank you very much for giving me the time.
Thank you very much for the insight on the facilities that the department has extended in tax collection process. And I'm sure our fraternity will surely extend our hands in achieving the targets that your department has, ma'am. And I'm sure grievance redressal efforts from your end will ease our work. Having celebrated Women's Day a few days back, it is surely emphasizing the women empowerment here. As you rightly mentioned, we have to give some credits to men who are gathered here for our empowerment achievement that we have done till date. Before moving on to souvenir and book release, we request you, ma'am, amidst your busy schedule and CBDT meeting, we request your presence for some more time for book and souvenir release if possible, ma'am. We would like to recognize the presence of our leaders here. We have with us SIRC past chairperson Madhav Murthy, sir.
we have our chairperson of Bangalore branch of ICAI, CA Divya S., Secretary of Bangalore branch, CA Manjunath Hallur, various past presidents of KSCAA. We also have with us past chairman of Bangalore branch, CA Ravindra Kore, CA BT Shetty, CA Shravan Guduttur, CA Pampanna, CA Venkatesh Babu. We also have President of Davangere CA Association, CA Kiran Patil, and Secretary of Davangere Association, CA Umesh Shetty. Also we have with us Chairman of Bellary branch, K. Narayan Gowda, Secretary, CA Purushottam Reddy. We also have Udupi branch Secretary, CA Archana Maya, and also Belgaum branch Chairman, CA Prakash Tigadi. Thank you everyone for gracing the occasion with your presence. It is an honor to have these amazing leaders as part of our conference.
There are thousands of thoughts lying within a man that he does not know till he takes up the pen and writes.
It is time for the release of the souvenir of KCAA 35th Annual Conference, a culmination of thoughts, analysis and conclusions of our esteemed speakers of the annual conference in place.
We now call upon CA Shiva Prakash, Chairman of Souvenir Committee, CA Nagarjun KR, CA Vishwaswarup, conveners, and CA Pramod Kulkarni, Member of Souvenir Committee, and CA Shanmuga Sundar, Member of Souvenir Committee, onto the dais please for the release of Souvenir. A huge round of applause for the souvenir that is seeing the light of the day, which is the culmination of thoughts of many speakers and CAs across the state.
Thank you everyone. It is now time to release the publication, Tax and Transparency, Effective Ways to Use RTI in Tax Matters by CA Manish Sachdeva. For this, I call on the dais CA Raghavendra Puranik, Chairman of Publication Committee, CA Subramanya BL, Convener, and CA Prasanna Hegde, Convener, onto the dais. I also request the author of this publication, CA Manish Sachdeva, to come onto the dais to release the publication and also receive the first copy. A huge round of applause for the author of this publication.
All the very best and many more publications to go by you, sir. A huge round of applause for the publication Tax and Transparency, Effective Ways to Use RTI in Tax Matters. We now request CA Prabhav Hegde and CA Deepak Chopra along with all the past presidents of KSCAA onto the dais for the release of publication Coffee Table Book. I request all the past presidents of KSCAA to kindly come on to the dais to grace the occasion of releasing the Coffee Table Book. A huge round of applause, and we can have the picture of all the knowledge and experience in one frame today. At this very moment, I can remember Hale Beru, Hosa Chiguru, Kudiralu Mara Sobagu, Hosa Yukti, Hale Tatva Dodegude Dharma, Rushi Vakya Dodane Vignana Kale Melaise, Jasavu Jana Jeevanake Mankutima. You can actually witness all the experience and the youth power on the stage today. A huge round of applause.
Thank you, everyone. Now I request the Secretary of KACAA, CA Vijay Kumar M. Patel, to deliver the vote of thanks, concluding our inaugural function before we proceed to the much-awaited technical sessions.
A very good morning to all. This conference is themed on order and chaos for a reason. When we started preparing for the conference, it all seemed chaotic. I would like to express gratitude to various contributors for bringing in order to this conference and making it a success. On behalf of Karnataka State Chartered Accountants Association, I am privileged to stand before you to deliver this vote of thanks. I profusely thank our guest of honor, Ms. Chaitali Panmei, Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Karnataka and Goa, whose presence has elevated the occasion. Thank you very much, ma'am. Further, I sincerely thank C.A. Shivprakash Viraktamat, Chairman of Souvenir Committee, and his team for their efforts in bringing out this wonderful souvenir. Our special thanks to C.A. Manish Sachdev for a handbook on RTI. I am sure this will enrich our knowledge. Further, I sincerely thank C.A. Raghavendra Puranik, Chairman of Publication Committee, and his team for their relentless efforts in bringing out this publication on time. I sincerely thank all the speakers of technical sessions who will be sharing their knowledge and experience. Our sincere gratitude and thanks to our past presidents, past secretaries, and mentors of KSCA for their guidance, active support, and encouragement. I place on record our gratitude to the President and Executive Committee members for their continuous efforts and hard work. Request you all to sit back and enjoy the power-packed conference. Thank you.